Hey, how's it going, everybody? It is Josh here from TheBitBlock, and today I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on the DLC, the very first pack of DLC for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. As many of you know, I am a huge fan of this game. I think it's fantastic. It's one of the best Nintendo games ever created, and there's been some sort of back and forth amongst fans as to whether or not the DLC is a ripoff or whether or not it's great, so I thought I would weigh my opinion in there. Few people asked, so I thought I would do it. All right, let's get to the point. So I actually want to do a little bit of an overview of everything you get in the very first pack of DLC. In case you don't know, this is $19.99, about $20, and you get 2 packs of DLC. One of them is arriving this summer. The other one is arriving for the holiday season, and the holiday season sounds like it's going to be a little bit bulkier in terms of content than the one that is coming this summer. Little prediction, I think this will probably drop during E3, or around E3 time. Just a prediction. I don't know. So, first thing you get is something known as the Trial of the Sword. It is going to be about 45 rooms where you get to destroy a whole bunch of enemies. It's very reminiscent of some of the things that we've seen in the past in the series, kind of like the Cave of Trials type mode, where you're just seeing how many rooms you can clear with bad enemies. Gets crazier the more you go. And if you complete it, it's about 45 rooms. If you complete it all, you will be rewarded with a Master Sword that actually works the way a Master Sword should have worked to begin with. In other words, you know how like right now when you get the Master Sword in the game, spoiler, it'll run out of juice in a way and you can't use it anymore. If you beat this, you'll get a Master Sword, it'll never run out of juice. It'll basically be the very first unbreakable weapon in the game, I'm pretty sure. So that's the first thing you get. Next, you get something called the Hero's Path mode. Essentially, this is just a little thing where when you look at the map, you can see it'll draw lines as to where Link has walked, where you've walked around in the game. And I don't know, it'll show you like where you've walked in the past 200 hours of playing, which is crazy. I don't know how useful that would be. It's a cute little extra additional thing, but it's, again, very small, very little minor update. So yeah. You also get something known as Hard Mode, which is exactly what it sounds. Hard Mode is what you get when you see Tingle in this outfit here. We'll get to that in a second. Hard Mode is the enemies are obviously going to be more difficult. They're stronger. They also regain their health in battle. And also, this is really cool. In Hard Mode, you will see enemies flying in the sky on these wonderful floating platform things. And if you go over there, you get up there actually, and you defeat all the enemies, you will get a chest. So there'll be these crazy floating platforms in the sky that are being held up by the octo balloon things. And yeah, just a fun little extra challenge. So basically, Hard Mode, enemies are stronger, and also they regain their health during battle, and you can find these cool floating platforms. There's also a travel medallion, which allows you to create a custom fast travel point in the game. As many of you know, you can fast travel to key locations on the map. They would be shrines or I think the Divine Beast as well. But you couldn't just fast travel to anywhere. You couldn't like fast travel to a beacon that you made. So this will allow you one place. You might be able to change it though. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to change it. But at one time you can have a fast travel point that's totally custom. So that can be pretty helpful. Then, last but not least, there is some new gear that will be added in this very first DLC pack. There is Majora's Mask, Midna's Helmet, there is Phantom Armor. Phantom Armor is actually multiple pieces. And then there is... There's a Tingle outfit in the game now. And I'm very happy about that. Tingle is the sexiest... One of the sexiest Nintendo characters ever. How can you not love Tingle? I don't get this, like, there's people who don't like Tingle, and it's even gotten to the point where I think Mr. Ayanuma, who says that it's like one of his favorite characters, or Mr. Miyamoto, it's one of the two, but they like purposely don't put Tingle in the game anymore because they heard that fans don't like him. Tingle is amazing, and I'll fight anybody, shirtless, bare knuckles, who disagrees with me. But yeah, like I had mentioned earlier, Hard Mode in Tingle's outfit, now that's a true hard mode, if you get what I mean. So yeah, anyways, that's the DLC. That's the first pack. Essentially, you get all that for $10. Granted, you can't buy it separately. You have to buy both packs, so it's $20. But anyways, what do I think of this? I think it's cool. I don't really know why there would be any kind of disappointment or any kind of bickering about this, but oddly enough, there seems to be. So let's talk a little bit about that. Let's get more comfy here. So I think that you're getting quite a nice grab bag of features here. So you got some stuff that's more substantial, like the Trial of the Sword, which is like, you know, the dungeon crawling challenge mode type thing. We've seen that before in Zelda games. And then you've also got another thing that I would say is a little bit more substantial is the new gear. The new gear is very cool. And then the hard mode is kind of a neat thing. Hero's Path mode and the traveling medallion things, those are just little tiny bonus things. You might be able to say, well, that should just be in the game to begin with. And I can sort of see that point, but I sort of can't. So let me explain something. Let me put a little metaphor out there. I don't even know if this is a metaphor, but let's take Animal Crossing City Folk, for example. This is a very weird thing to use as an example, but follow me here. In Animal Crossing City Folk, there was a problem with that game. They introduced something known as animal tracks, which means that as you walked around in your village, you would wear down the grass, and anybody who plays Animal Crossing will know that that turned into your village being mostly just an ugly mud pit. Mud everywhere. It was ugly, stupid, bad idea. In many ways, it was kind of like the game was broken, I felt. It really limited the amount of enjoyment you could have in this game once your town was just a depressing pit of mud. That's something that was broken in the game. So if Nintendo had released DLC for City Folk and they said, listen, in this DLC pack, one of the things you'll get is you'll have the ability to regrow your grass. That would be bad. That would be an example of bad DLC. But just saying, hey, in this DLC pack, there is a Hero's Path mode for Zelda, which will track where you've moved for 200 hours, or, oh, there's a traveling medallion where you can, you know, make your own fast travel point. These are examples of things that you could say should be in the game to begin with. But the game isn't broken without them. Animal Crossing City Folk was broken without a way to fix the grass. I don't know if that metaphor really worked, but maybe it did. I don't know. It's sort of basically what I'm trying to say is, even if you could say, oh, hard mode, or the Trial of the Sword, like even if you could say this stuff should be in the game to begin with, this is not a typical Zelda game. And I don't think anybody would ever argue that Breath of the Wild does not already offer plenty of content to make your $60 worthwhile. I mean, I wouldn't be willing to say most people will play this game easily 100 hours and enjoy it. It's got so much to do, so much to see, and so I don't think you could make the argument that, oh, they took this content out and now they're selling to us separately, because there's a lot to do. So I don't feel like this is Nintendo ripping us off. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I don't really know why you could be disappointed. And of course, it's optional. You don't have to buy this. And if you don't buy this, your game isn't going to be less enjoyable. It's not like, oh, my version of Zelda is broken and somebody who paid extra money got the game fixed. So, I like it. I mean, I love the gear, obviously. I think the gear is pretty cool. That's one of my favorite things in the game. I literally bought like 6 pairs of the stealth tights and just changed the colors because I wanted to mix it up. Most of the time when I play this game, I'm running around shirtless with nothing but the stealth tights on, which is the way to properly play. Sometimes I'll even remove my shield and my sword and everything just so I can enjoy just being as nude as possible. So yeah, I like it. I really don't think there's any possible logical complaint that could be weighed against this. And you know, I'll say this. Comparing it to maybe Splatoon, for example, the reason that this DLC is different from Splatoon's DLC is because Splatoon was an unfinished game when you bought it. Splatoon had like 5 maps to play in, had I think 1 or 2 modes at launch. I think it was, maybe not even the 2 modes, I think it was just 1 mode. Nevertheless, it was a very, very bare bones experience, and it was clear that game wasn't finished when they sold it. And so getting those updates with new gear, new weapons, new stages, that was Nintendo just basically fulfilling their IOU. They were just completing the game, so you shouldn't have had to pay for that. But this isn't Nintendo completing Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is a massive game that is very much complete and gives you tons of content and tons of things to do. This is absolutely DLC. It's additional content that isn't necessarily needed for you to really enjoy the game, but if you've beaten the game and you've kind of exhausted everything you can do and you're hungry for more, I think this is good. And of course, like I said earlier, the second DLC pack that comes out this holiday season is even more substantial. So for your 20 bucks, you're getting all this stuff. And like I said, I do like that it's a grab bag. You got some new gear and stuff. You've got a new mode where you get to fight all these rooms. It's like a Trials of the Sword mode. You get the hard mode where everything is more difficult. And so, yeah, and then you get little bonus stuff like being able to make the travel point and also seeing where you've traveled for 200 hours. So I like it. I don't think there's anything to complain about. And as you know, I complain. I don't ever hold back my complaining. But seems odd to complain about this. I don't know. So those are my thoughts. Let me know in the comments below what you think. And let me know if you are going to be fiercely aroused by the Tingle outfit. Because I know I am. And feel free to judge me about that. I welcome the judgment of how aroused Tingle makes me. I'm a straight man, and frankly, Tingle just makes me feel things that don't feel right, but do feel right at the same time. Guys, keep it locked right here to the BitBlock for a lot more very disturbing, strange, casual chats like this. But so far, as far as I'm concerned, DLC is a big thumbs up for Zelda. And I hope they do even more. This game is fantastic. Give me more, Nintendo. More DLC packs, but we'll get to that eventually. All right. Talk to you guys later.